Hi there, I'm Mark Steele with usually a channel Technically Minded. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Yes, not surrounded so much by technology, but lots of greenery instead. Because, well, I struggle with something that quite a lot of other people do, and possibly even you as well. It's trying to get rid of those extra pounds. It's always a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Ignoring the fact we've had a rough couple of years. One of the biggest causes of trouble for me is that wonderful cupboard in the kitchen called the treat cupboard that is just full of all sorts of bits and pieces. So I thought we'd try a very unscientific experiment using Apple Watch and some numbers that I've got off the back of a few packets and see just how far we've got to walk to burn off each of those treats. And the ones I've picked out are your Tunix caramel wafer for a bit of national pride. And you know, it sometimes fills that little hole, 130-ish calories in that. Maybe instead you prefer something like a toffee crisp, about 200 calories. How about a Belgian bun, iced glazed cherry on top? That's about 400 calories. Or bearing in mind the time of year that I'm filming this, which is going to date it instantly when I upload it, but with it being Easter time, that Cadbury cream egg Easter egg set, it's about 1100 to 1200 calories. So let's see how far we have to walk to burn those things off. A quick stop at 45 calories or a third of a mile because my fine wife has managed to get one of those stones in your shoes, the really annoying ones. But we're not even halfway through the caramel wafer yet. Life is like a butterfly, why am I singing dolly songs? So that's 130 calories, 0.8 of a mile, and far more knackering than I remember it being. It's a lot of effort for that little hole Tunix caramel wafer fills. But what about if you just need that little bit more extra nourishment and you go for the toffee crisp? How much further have we got to go? Not wise to be on a footpath, but that's where you're chilling in the sun. That's your choice. That's 200 calories or 1.25 miles if you're as chubby as I am. Yes, of course, the rate you burn calories at does vary a bit with your body makeup and things like that. But seriously, 1.25 miles to burn off that toffee crisp. That's a lot of effort, but we're only halfway to that Belgian bun, and only a fifth or a sixth of the way, depending how you want to measure it, to that entire Easter egg set. Let's get cracking. On the basis I'm not a big fan of getting squished by cars, I'm going to leave the calorie counter running, stop filming while we're crossing the road, because I can see it coming where the camera goes boing, wee, 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 out my hand as we cross and I get hit by something. So we'll pay attention to the road, cross the road, and we'll catch you on the other side. Horses must be parked in the folded position in this place by the looks of it. I'll bear that in mind should I ever need to bring a horse crossing this road. Gordon's alive! Oh, I can't do it with enough gusto. We're alive! Made it to the other side of the road. Somehow that's impressive. That is 400 calories, or roughly 3 miles I've had to walk to burn that off on my big size. If you're not quite as sizable as me, you'll have to go a bit further, unfortunately. That is what we needed to get off that Belgian bun. Juicy, delicious, glazed cherry icing, brilliant, but 400 calories. And we're not even halfway to that chocolate egg set. Should we keep going? 580-ish calories, about halfway to those cream egg sets. I know you're not supposed to eat the Easter egg set in one whole sitting, but let's be honest, which of us has the self-control to not do that? I really wish I did, actually. Make my life a lot easier. But we're at the halfway point, and to save you the hassle of watching all this footage again, we're going to set my watch off again, track the calories going back the other way, and we'll see you back at the car, or back at home, however it works out, to make sure we've got the calories so we can stuff our face with that chocolate egg. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's the whole lesson from this thing. We'll have a conclusion in a moment. Oh yeah, I was supposed to come up with one of those conclusion thingy-bobs, wasn't I? Yes, so it turns out I did burn roughly the same number of calories making the trip back, so that's good news. I'm not totally broken, but got this little treat here. Should I eat it all in one sitting? Well, that's the answer. The word treat. And this is something I'll admit I've struggled with in the past. There was one point where I would eat a 3,000 calorie takeaway pizza, or even, you know, those 6-pack of Cornetto knockoffs you get from supermarkets. Easily polish one of those off in one sitting. So it's learning that you can still have those treats. It can take you 8 miles to burn off 1,000 calories, if not more, especially as you lose more and more weight. It becomes further and further you have to travel, and it becomes this sort of weird thing. You end up getting into over-exercising and things like that. So my advice is the same as everyone else's, and I hate to be saying this because it sounds all very cliche, but it's not to stick it in my gob in the first place. It's not to eat it. Well, at least not the whole thing in one sitting. Have little bits. You can still enjoy the good stuff, but it's that moderation word again, isn't it?